Hi everyone, it's Priya here, and in today's video I'm going to be starting a new sketchbook and I'm going to be trying out a new brand. Now I am not sponsored. I've purchased the sketchbook with my own money and I just want to try out the different paper and see how it works for me. So this is the Potentate brand. This is a watercolor sketchbook. The paper is 300 GSM cold pressed paper, so it is quite textured. I do appreciate the design on the cover and the inside of the covers. It makes it a bit more fancy, as well as the being spiral bound. And I also am really interested to see what kind of compositions I'm going to come out with, because it is a square sketchbook. So I really want to see how I'm going to, plan my art and create in the sketchbook. So that's something that I'm really excited to see. And I really want to see how the different mediums that I use, like I use gouache, color pencil, watercolor, inks, acrylic. I use all these mediums in my sketchbook, so I want to see how they work, or how this paper holds up to all the different techniques and different mediums that I use in my sketchbook. So that's something I'm excited to see. And starting the sketchbook, I was going through a bit of an artist block and I haven't been uploading a lot of content lately. I have been creating art now and again, not that often. So I've been going through a bit of an art block because I've been having a lot of things going on in my personal life as well as my health. I haven't been creating that often. So getting back into it was a bit of a challenge. But I must say that getting back into your art is the best feeling that you would get, because as artists, we crave being creative and being artistic, and making art. It's something that we live for, and we only feel fulfilled once we create art. And I've been missing my art so much, although I've been doodling and everything now and again, but I needed to really get back to my sketchbooks, and that's something I've been doing a lot over the last couple of years, and I really want to get back into it. So once I got the sketchbook and I wanted to start creating in it, I was really nervous if I'm going to actually create, because starting a new sketchbook, looking at a blank page can give you, you can feel intimidated, you can feel, scared of the page. It can be feel very daunting to start a sketchbook or to work in your sketchbook, because, you're worried if it's going to be perfect. You're worried about, messing up the first page. All these things come into your mind, and it happens to all of us, even professional artists like I am. It happens to us. We have this times where we start off creating, where we have these feelings of that you're not going to make a mess, or it's not going to come out right. And I'm here to tell you that the biggest thing you can do to get out of your artist block, or to start creating, is to start. It doesn't matter what you're going to create. It doesn't matter whether it's perfect or not. It doesn't matter whether it's you make a mess of it. It doesn't matter if you plan or not. Whatever you create, just start creating. And that's what I went in with the sketchbook. When I started creating in the sketchbook, I was going through art block, as I said, and I really had no inspiration. I was not feeling motivated to create. I wanted to create, but I just couldn't think of any idea. So I usually have on my first page of every sketchbook an intro page, and I have my start date and my finish date. I have all of that on my first page, and I really wanted to create art, but I didn't have a particular artwork or anything I wanted to create, an idea that I wanted to bring onto my paper. So what I did is just focus on some lettering. So I just chose the words "Journey into a World of Creativity," because for me the sketchbook is a world of its own. It's a world of creativity. It's a world of experimenting, of trial, of learning, of having fun, of seeing your materials, how they work, seeing how the paint glides on the paper, seeing how the paint blends together, how different textures can be created, how you can use mixed media in your sketchbook and see how that works with the different mediums you use. See how the pen feels on the paper, the movement of your pen, how the ink flows. All those things are what I look at when I work in a sketchbook. And even my brush, how my brush strokes go, and what kind of different kinds of strokes I can create using the brush, depending on the paper and the paint and the whatever medium. So it's very important that I brought all of that into my mind when I started the sketchbook. And that's why I chose this particular title for my sketchbook, because I want this to be a very vibrant, fun world that I step into and create, and the world of creativity. So that's why I just wanted to bring this all into this title. Now, for the font that I was doing this lettering in, I did not have any idea what I was doing. This was just a font I was doodling one day in another sketchbook of mine, and I was just doodling it with a ballpoint pen, and I just liked how it looked, and I thought it looked interesting. So I said, okay, let me bring it into the sketchbook. So I just wrote everything in with a pencil to try to get a guide, and then I went over with the ink. You will see I did try to write the A little bigger, but then I went smaller and I added a butterfly in the top right hand corner instead, because I just thought it, bring in a little bit of an element of some I like drawing animals and having some sort of picture in my art. So I drew a picture of or painted a picture of a butterfly, and then the rest is some lettering. Now I would like to have some more writing in my sketchbook. When I do artwork, have some lettering to accompany it, or writing to accompany it, but that's something I want to do going forward maybe. But for now, this is what I want to start with. And that's something I just want to emphasize, is that if you're having difficulty starting with your project or starting with your art, start off small. Starting with your sketchbook, start off small, start off simple. Do something simple and small, even if it's not that wonderful or that big or better than your last piece of art that you've done. It doesn't matter. Just start off small. That'll help you to start getting the creativity flowing and get your mindset going into your creativity, and it'll make you want to create more and more and more. So you won't have that feeling of being stuck where you can't create and you just don't know what to create. You'll just start creating, but it helps you to get started by just starting. I know it sounds that no, but I can't start. How am I going to start? Just start simple. Do something small, do something simple. It can be as simple as a little doodle. Anything that can get your hand flowing and get your, to create something on paper. It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be, nice and neat. It can be messy. It doesn't matter. Just have fun with your supplies and start getting lost in the process of creating and not worrying about the final result and what it's going to look like. Like here, I just went in with the writing, and then I decided, I want it to be colorful. That's what I went in with the mind, that I want it to be colorful, to emphasize the color of, creativity and making it colorful. So I decided to do a rainbow color, like blending from one into the other on the front page to make it very vibrant and, welcoming. So when I open the sketchbook, I'll feel that, burst of color, and it'll make me want to, smile and be happy and ready to create. So that's what I went in with creating this first page, and I did that wet in wet technique for the background. I also wanted to see how I can get the colors, to blend from one to the other, work in the water. So I wet my paper, and then I went in with some paint just to see how the colors, blend with each other, and how I can work my way from one color to the next. And that was also a very fun experiment and something fun to try out, because I was having so much of fun with the colors and watching the colors, the paint move on the wet paper and blend into one another. And then also looking at the colors and how vibrant they become, and, seeing how the text and the color work together. And it was just a very exciting feeling to see how everything goes, ties up together and works together. And I think that's what we need to do more of when we are creating, and, just have fun. Enjoy your supplies, have fun with your supplies, have fun with how they move and create, and paint moves on paper, how the brush moves, all of that. Pay attention to all of that and get lost in your art supplies and how they work, and why you love them and why you like creating with that particular supply, because that's what will make you really push forward and just start creating. And you'll just want to create all the time. And so whenever you have time, you will actually have that excitement for your art, and you'll want to just get down to start creating. You'll actually look forward to that time, and you will look for that time that you can have that art practice for yourself to create. And I think that's very important, because in there you'll be not only having fun, but you'll also be progressing as an artist to improve your skills, improve your techniques, to experiment, learn new things, try new things, even from things that don't turn out the way you want to. You'll be learning from it. So it's very important to just get started. When you are having a problem or you cannot get through your art, sometimes the art can even help you to feel better, and have your time where you just get lost in your art, and you can just relax your mind and de-stress and just feel better and not have any tension in your mind, because you'll be lost in your art. It can also help that way, because once I got creative with this, everything else I don't think about. I just focus on my art and I'm just creating. And that's what's the main thing, is that you should be feeling lost in your process, or getting lost in your process, and feeling the art supplies and feeling the creativity and enjoying your art supplies and having just fun creating. And that's what I realized when I started creating this piece, that I didn't go in with the idea. I didn't have any particular idea. I had a basic idea, but nothing really complex. And I just wanted to have fun with my art supplies and get that creativity flowing. And once I did get the creativity flowing. So it's very important for you to remember that if you're having any, resistance to creating, just start creating. It doesn't matter what you're creating or how you're creating. It just matters for you to start creating. Start making art, and you will see automatically creativity will start flowing, and you'll want to create more and more. And then your journey to your creativity will begin, and you'll just continue creating in your sketchbook or canvas, whatever it is you're using to create on. So basically that's it for this video. I have a lot of other videos planned, and I've got some videos filmed which I'm currently editing. So look forward to a lot of new content coming up. And yeah, I'm so glad to be back, and I'm so glad to be creating again. It's really exciting. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed it, don't forget to like and share. It really helps the channel out. Also, if you'd like to see other art content and art videos that I put up on my channel, and art inspirational videos that I put up on my channel, then you could consider subscribing. So don't forget to hit the notification bell so that you'll be notified on my next upload. So thanks again so much for watching. Till the next one. Bye.